Hello everyone. Am I audible to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I will start the session. Before that, I will introduce myself. Okay, so my name is Akshay Lokapur. So I'm working as a SAP MM consultant from last 6 years. I have done 3 end-to-end implementation, 2 in ECC and 1 in S4HANA. Okay, in S4HANA Greenfield implementation I have done. Okay, from last 3 years I'm teaching. From before 2 years, I used to run live classes, one-on-one, and from last 7 months, I'm online. So before the session, the basic rules. So keep yourself mute. Okay, I will ask if you guys have any questions, right? Then only you can unmute and you can talk. Okay. Before I start the class, you guys have any question? Wanted to ask anything? Okay, so start the session. You guys are able to see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, let's start. Okay, so before coming to SAP, so I will explain about, so first you need to understand what is ERP, okay, and then I will explain all the concepts in SAP, whatever required in demo class, okay, and then I will show you what kind of portions it is covered in these sessions, 3.5 month sessions, okay, so these all things we'll discuss one by one. Okay, first you guys need to understand what is ERP. Okay, so ERP means what? It's a enterprise resource planning. Okay, ERP means what? It's a okay. So enterprise means what? Any company, right? So you have any company, enterprise, any firm. Resource means it may be a manpower, right? Any resources. So using all these resources, how you are planning, right? So that is ERP. So in market we have many ERPs, right? In your Oracle, PeopleSoft, Ban, JD Edwards, Coupa, right? So all are used for different purposes, right? So in that, SAP is also one of the ERP. Right? SAP is one of the ERP tool. Okay, SAP means ERP. Somebody will, some people will, they have considered ERP means SAP. SAP means ERP. It's not like that. ERP, okay, under ERP many tools will come. SAP is one of the ERP tool. Okay, why SAP is top among all the ERP means why? Because SAP integrates with all the modules. Okay, for example, in SAP we have different models, right? If you consider any company, right, how the company will run. Let's say we have a manufacturing unit. If you have a manufacturing unit for this one, it's a manufacturing company or service-based company, any company, right? You require, if you want to manufacture, you require raw materials, right? How this raw materials comes, because of that we need to engage our vendors for this one. Okay, and then we need to send it to production. Okay, and this production backend is related to GL accounts. Each material is linked to GL accounts, and this output will come. And then whatever you have manufactured, that is the output, right? It will go to your quality inspection. and then you will sell the material, right? So this basic, this is a flow. These all things, your SAP model, it integrates with all these flow of our business. Okay. So if you consider any other tools, it is respected to few softwares. If you take Oracle, procurement related, they will use PeopleSoft, it's HR software, Coupa again sourcing related, Barn sales related software, like that. But in this SAP, if you consider it integrates with every modules in detail, very fully. Okay. So that's why all in 80% in world companies are using SAP only. Okay, what is SAP? SAP means it's a system application products in data processing. Okay, so what we will call it in SAP means it's a business software package. Okay, any business if you take in the world, so it is suitable for all the business. Okay, but so that's what 80% of the world are using SAP, rest 20% are not using. Why? Because SAP is a costly software. Okay, how much it costs, right? How these people are buying this one. These all things we'll discuss in project class, level 2 training, right? So there, how company will buy the license. These all things we'll see. Okay. Now, I'll show you one more thing. One more screen I'll show you. Okay. See, SAP means you will see my screen, right? You guys are able to see my screen, right?
Yeah, we can see.
Yeah. One second. Chat message. Okay. So as I told, SAP means it's a system application products in data processing. So in computer, we'll use C language, right? In SAP, ABAP language is used. In S4HANA, again, it's a UI5, right? It is integrated with Java and right, ABAP, both is mixed in S4HANA. Okay. So here, initially 1972, right? It got introduced, R by 1 system. No, it came in 1972. What is R by 1 system? I will come to that. Okay. Before that, here I.
So what is ABAP language?
In computer, C language we'll use, right, to write a coding.
Is there any full form of ABAP, sir?
It's ABAP consultant. It's a ABAP is a language. How we will use the C language, right? Like that, it's ABAP language. We have two consultants will be there. One is your functional consultant, another one is technical consultant. You'll see here. Here, ABAP consultant used to work in backend, right? So he used to create codings and all, right? Whatever you have, any enhancement you are doing in SAP, right? For that background coding, we need to write, right? So that coding work will be done by this ABAPers. Okay, so we are a functional consultants. Okay, what are the modules we have? I will come to this. Before that, I was talking about advantages, right? SAP is a business software package. SAP is a ERP product. SAP integrates all the modules across the countries. Transparency in the system, multi-language support it will give, 40+ language support it will give, multi-currency support. As I told, only one disadvantage is it's expensive. Okay, so this one we have seen. These are the different products of ERP. Transparency wise system you take means ERP wise SAP is the first, and system wise Google, Microsoft, and then SAP will come. Okay, this projects and all will come. That now we'll see what are the different modules we have in SAP. Okay. So here, for example, say here we have SAP MM module that is called sourcing and procurement in S4HANA. Okay. So here what we'll do, usually we'll do the buying activity. And then we have our inventory module, inventory management. And then we have our warehouse management. If company is warehouse maintained, warehouse module will be there. Okay, so here, so our focus is this SAP MM sourcing and procurement model. Okay, so here in this one, we have multiple products. Earlier, what we used to do, we have a SRM module, SRM product we used to use, supplier relationship management. Okay, and now this is going to sunset and new product is SAP Ariba. Okay, here, here we have different advanced facilities in Ariba. Okay, means bidding process, right? Integration with vendor, right? These all things are improved in Ariba, SAP Ariba. It's one of the SAP product only. Okay. And then this warehouse management, it changed to EWM in S4HANA, extended warehouse management. Meta management, warehouse management, and then we have, once your buying happened, then we'll store this one and then we'll have a production, right? Next module is your PP module. Right? Your manufacturing and production will happen here. Right? Planning will happen here. And then it will go to your QM module. We have QM modules, okay? Quality management. Okay, here what we'll do, inspection lot will be there, whatever you have received, right? These all things inspection people do, they will do the testings and all. And then if you have a plant maintenance means, it will go to plant maintenance model. PM. Okay, here your machinery, breakdown maintenance, preventive maintenance, these all things happen here. Once everything is done, it will go to SD model, sales model. We have, right? Again, in sales related, we have different products, right? Earlier we used to use CRM, customer relationship management. In S4HANA, it's changed. New thing, hybrids they will use. Okay. Here what we will, creation of sales order, right? Again, and dispatching, delivery process, these all things we will do. And then logistic and execution model will be, okay, inbound, outbound, shipment, transportation, these all things here these people will do. Early logistics and execution product is TM, transport management. One more product they have introduced, like Ariba, right? Like that here. Here also different product they have introduced. These all things are your functional models. Okay. And here, these all things are connected with one more functional model, important model, that is FICO. Right? Your finance and controlling model. Right? Here what we used to your FICO model. Where your financial bookings will happen. All your materials, whatever you are, it is linking with FI, right? Balance sheet. Okay, so your audit review, right? These all things will happen here. And here in PP production model, it is again this one product is APO. They have introduced, right, new thing, advanced planning of optimization. PP people will do that one. Okay, this is all your functional model. Again, it is connected with your, as I told, your technical models, that is ABAP, right? And your UI5, that is Fury model, right? It's an interface, Fury means. Earlier we used to use GUI, right? In S4HANA, we will use both GUI as well as Fury. HANA database will use. And we have a basis model. Basis model means here, this is people will work on. This is people will work on your authorization metrics, right? So setting up the system, security, these all things people will do, base system. Okay, apart from this, few more new models we have, that is your BI, business intelligence, BW, business, worker storage data, and we have cloud analytics, right? Different models we have related to again technical. Okay, so our focus is on this one, SAP sourcing and procurement. Okay, so here what and all we will study in sourcing and procurement, we will see one by one. Okay. I will come to next. After this, I will come to SAP journey and all, how it comes and all, I will explain. So sourcing and procurement means MM module, it changed to material management module, changed to sourcing and procurement here. Okay, so how it is divided, we will see. Okay. Here procurement means what? Here mainly we'll concentrate on operations. Okay. In sourcing, what we'll do here mainly we'll do the planning, vendor development. These all things here we'll do. Right here, procurement means what? We are responsible to get the product in. Okay, and make sure vendors are paid. This is what our work. Okay, what is our here? Responsible to get product in, means in your warehouse, inventory, whatever you have, and make sure vendors are paid. Okay, so here many things will come in procurement. Okay, so divide here. So anything, right? It will once we need to identify the requirement, right? Requirement comes means we will need to create a purchase requisition, right? So don't worry about this one. In detail, we'll study this one in coming classes. Okay, purchase requisition we need to identify, and it will go for once your requirement is find out, right? So here two ways are there. Okay, one through MRP engine, your requirement will create automatically. Another one is we need to create manually purchase requisition. Right, your day-to-day activities are created through MRP. MRP means material requirement planning. Okay, so whenever the demand is more than the supply, then MRP will trigger. Okay, so in detail we'll study that one. Okay, so two ways are there to create a purchase requisition. One is through MRP, another one is through manually. Manually means office supplier, right? Non-stock items and all will use directly for. We'll manually create purchase requisition for that one. And whenever you are creating any purchase, it will go for approval, right? And then we'll create a PO, and then again it will go for approval once you create a PO, and then we'll send the output to vendors. Means whatever PO you are sending, right? That we'll send it to vendor. How we are sending? Many ways are there. Through IDOC, we'll send through EDI, through email, through printout. Many ways are there. So these all things we can set up in system whenever you're creating purchase order, right? And then once you send to vendor, right? So then vendor will give the confirmation, and then we'll do the GR. Once you receive the goods, we need to do the GR, goods receipt we need to do. Here now your procurement will break here. Okay, so here it is a inventory management people will do. It's a part of the inventory. Okay, and then once GR is done, we will do the invoicing, invoice posting. Invoice posting work will be mainly in some companies FI people will do, or in some companies our MM people only will do. Okay, here both people will work. Okay, this is your procurement. Basic cycle I have explained in detail. We have a separate class for procurement flow session is there. At that time in detail I will explain, or else today only I will explain if time permits one by one. Okay, so sourcing means what here? Basic job of sourcing is to identify the vendor and onboard the vendor. Right? Sourcing means what? Will identify the vendor or source and onboard. For this one, we have separate sourcing team will be there. Okay, in different companies, they people have different teams. Okay, their work is to that only. So here, what they will do, they will do the vendor development. Okay, so then here once you raise the purchase requisition, right? Let's say if you have if you have regular vendors means continuously you will buy, you will receive the goods, you will buy, you will receive the goods, right? So if you don't have the vendors, right? So then what we'll do, we'll raise a request for quotation here. Sourcing people, these people will raise a request for quotation. Okay, this is my material. Okay, this is delivery date I want on this date. Okay, this is the quality I want. These all things they will mention, and they will send the request for quotation to different vendors. What vendors will do in here sourcing side, right? And once vendors will send their quotations, right? We will receive the quotation. We will compare the quotation. Okay. So once we receive the quotation, we need to compare. Different vendors will send, right? Based on different parameters, the people will compare, right? Based on quality, time, right? How much any they are value adding to our company, right? Their background check. These all things they have different softwares. Using that also they can do, or else using SAP also they can do, right? So once they compare, and then they will finalize vendor. Once vendor is finalized, then they will onboard the vendor. Okay, so here this is the sourcing part. Okay, so here again many many new things are added in S/4HANA category management, right? There we will have different tools. We can have different apps for compare your quotation, right? How to vendor scores and all, how we can add in that one. Different apps we have in Fury, right? That when we enter into detailed classes, right? In detail we will learn. So I told you the flow today, how that this process will work. Okay, next thing. Now we'll see the SAP journey. Before going to SAP journey, you need to understand the layers in system. Okay, we have 3 layers in system. Okay, any system you can take. We have presentation layer, application layer, and database layer. Okay, so for example, before going to SAP, I will explain. So if you are using mobile, right? So that is you are using that whatever you are operating in presentation layer, right? If you face any problem in mobile, right? So you will go to that mobile consultant and you will open everything inside circuit and all, they will work, right? That is application layer, right? Your mobile data is saving in your memory card, right? That is database layer. Same goes with your computer, everything. The same thing work in SAP also. We have presentation, application, database layer. Presentation layer means here our end users are working. Application layer means we consultants will work here. Database layer means entire the company's data is saving in database layer. Earlier in ECC, this database layer was third party. They used to save all the company's data in third Linux, right? Oracle. They used to buy the third party database system server and they used to save all the data in third party system. In S/4HANA, what these people are doing, these people have their own database system, that is HANA database. We are storing everything in their own database. Now, why? Because performance increase in that way. They have their own database means. In Apple, they have introduced M1 chip, right? Earlier, Intel used to give support. Now they have introduced their own operating system, M1 chip they have introduced, right? So performance was much better, your Apple laptops and all. Same way like that. Here also they have introduced their own database system. Performance was fully increased here. Why performance was increased? Which technology have used? Right? We have separate class for this HANA database. Right? There we'll see this one. So as of now, we understood the layers in system, right? So presentation layer, end users are working. Application layer, consultants will work. Okay, database layer, company's data will save in database layer separately. Okay, so now we'll see. Now we'll see. So we have initially SAP, they introduced R by 2 system. Okay, and then it came to R by 3. Okay, and then ECC came, and then now S4HANA we are using. In ECC R by 3, these two also we are using, but all new implementations are S4HANA only nowadays. Okay, so these things I will explain. What is R by 2? R by 2 means real-time 2-tier architecture, real-time 3-tier architecture, right? And in this one, R by 3 only, ECC they have introduced again, enterprise core component. Okay, so real-time 2-tier architecture means what? We'll see. Okay, so initially, R by 2 system they are introducing around 1970. Okay, so here only we have two layers, presentation layer and your database layer. There is no application layer. Okay, everything, it is, we are working on this one only, presentation layer only. Application, what is that? All background codes, right? These all things are working in presentation layer, and this is also presentation, everything working on this one only. Here initially we used to have, what is the problems here? We used to get a black screen. Like this black screen, one dot will come, right? There you should type, there used to work initially 1970. Okay, and then here performance was very bad here in R by 2. Okay. Why? Because it's getting load to everything here only, presentation layer only. Okay, so now in R by 3 was introduced in 1990s. R by 3. During 90s, they have introduced R by 3, real-time 3-tier architecture. Here we have all the 3 layers, presentation, application, and database layer. All these 3 layers are separated. How separated means, here, let's say, I will open SAP. Let's see, this is the SAP GUI screen. Okay, you will see the screen, right? So here, whenever you guys are entering, here we have client. Okay, let's say this is a server. If your end users are entering, means they will enter 400 and then they will enter into the system. Here they will enter 400 server and they will enter into system. They will start working day-to-day activities. They will have their own user ID and password. SAP screen will open. They will work in presentation layer. When we are entering in consultants, we will enter in different server. Let's say we will enter in 800. Right, so we'll work on different server. Let's say our end users are working in Delhi, means we can work on, we as a consultant, we can work from Bangalore also. We can give support to those people. How? Because our layers are different, right? Here layers are different, presentation, application, database. Right, our end users are working in separate server, we are working in separate server, our database is saving in some other server. Right, that is the real-time R by 3. This is a big revolution in the 90s. At that time, as I told, right, here, only TV was, recently they have introduced in 90s. Okay, so there were no, only radio was introduced. So this real-time system, right, you can work your business from anywhere in the country, right? So wherever in the world you can work. Like that they have introduced initially in, same in, Germany they have introduced. These people are, right, 5 people, you know the story, right? 5 employees of IBM, ex-employees of IBM, they came out and they have introduced this, SAP. They have, built the SAP software, okay, in 1970. They have worked on the 15 years, they have worked in IBM, and then they came out from IBM and they built their own, system in SAP in Germany. It's a German product. Okay, so this is R by 3 system they have introduced in 90s. Okay, in R by 3, as I told here, layers are separated. Okay, we have presentation, application, database. This concept you understood here, how this will work so far?
Yes.
Okay, so now here what we have a GUI screen, your graphical user interface. Just now you saw, right, that blue screen, that is a GUI screen. Graphical user interface in R by 3. Okay, what is this? Graphical user interface. Here compared to R by 2, here we'll have better performance. Performance are improved here. Okay, black screen to blue screen we came. Okay, here again IDOC, they have introduced IDOC interfaces. IDOC is an interface, intermediate document. Means we are sending purchase order to vendor. How it will go to vendor? Through IDOCs, right? So IDOC related, we have separate sessions. In detail, we'll learn there. Okay, and then here, your different, all our logics we used to write in application layer. All our functional configuration, we will do it in application layer only, right? So this is R by 3. Okay, and then during 2009, in R by 3 only, R by 3, they have changed, they have introduced different version, they have started ECC. ECC means Enterprise Central Component. In this umbrella of ECC, different products they have introduced: SRM, say supplier relationship management, CRM, right? Your plugin interfaces, APU, these all things they have introduced here. Here again, performance was improved. Here they have introduced your NWBC in R by 3 ECC system. NWBC means what? Net Viewer Business Client. Web-based screens also, the people have started using, right? Here they have introduced SAP best practices. Best practice means SAP has given, okay, they have scheduled while you want to implement SAP means use what I will create all these things initially, use my best practice and create your own. They have created their own system inside SAP. Okay, that's SAP best practices. Okay, and now we are in around 2015 they have developed, okay, fully developed S4HANA. HANA means it's a database. We have separate class for HANA. We'll see how this database will work. S4 means what? It's a simplified for HANA. S4 means you can tell it's a 4th generation again. R by 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's a 4th generation product, S4 HANA. Here presently what we are using 1909. 1909, before that what we used to use 1609, 1709, right? 1609. 09 means what? This is 19 means what? This is a date and this is a year. This 19 is a year and this is a month. 2019, 2016, 2015, like that. Whichever year they are now 2020 also came. Okay, but this is not full-fledged. They are any people are using. So still we are using 1909 only. Version 1909 means. Okay. Here in S4HANA, what happened? New things. Here we have GUI screen also. We have Fury screen also. Fury means again it's a user interface. Here we have different apps. Here your screen it's changed, right? So in Fury, people can use it in mobile, right? You can create purchase order in mobile. You can receive the goods in mobile. You can use it in tablet, right? You can use it in laptop also. Right. Here, only thing is we in ECC in R by 3 we used to use in the laptop only, right? So here we can use it in tablet and laptop, mobile also. Our end users can use, but we as a consultant still we need to do all the configuration in GUI screen only. 80% we need to do configuration everything. 80 to 90% we need to do all configuration GUI only. Very few configuration we need to do in Fury, but it is initially developed for our end users. 10,000 plus apps are there. Okay, here 2,000 plus simplified apps are there. Okay, so here also we will have 3 layers: presentation, application, and here database layer. Right here we have our own database layer, HANA. Okay. So it's a HANA database right here. This is in-memory database. Why it is very much fast, right? Why it is fast? Because we have a in-memory database. What is in-memory database? How is it different from your ECC? Right, earlier we used to have different. Here we are using in-memory database. Data is saved in your in electrons. It will save. How this is saving? These all things we'll save. We'll see in coming classes. Okay. Any doubts so far?
No, sir.
It's a high performance analytic applications. Okay, HANA means it's a database. And this HANA database, we can use it in ECC also. Okay, same database, we can use it in ECC also. How we can use this only HANA database in ECC also, we'll see. Okay, this is our SAP journey, how it came from your R/2 session to S4 HANA. Okay, so now we'll see what are the different projects we have in SAP. If you become SAP consultant, so we have three projects. First one is your implementation project, support project, rollout, upgradation. Any one project will be deployed. Okay, if you get an implementation project, what will happen? Support project, what will little I will explain. We will have in detail classes for this one in your level 2 training, project training. Okay, implementation project means what? Let's say, so let's say Nandini Milk. Nandini Milk is a company. Okay, it is not using SAP. But let's say it is using Oracle. So we, as if you got an implementation project, means we as a consultant, we need to go into their company. Implementation always on site only. Wherever your client is, we need to go there and we need to understand their business and we need to implement SAP. How you are implementing SAP? We have different methodology. Anyone can go and they cannot implement SAP. Only authorized companies can go, right? Authorized from main SAP, right? So those people will go and they will they have SAP has standard methods to implement SAP. We will use ASAP methodology in S4HANA. We'll use Activate methodology, right? Through that, we will go and we'll understand their business and then we'll implement SAP. Okay, this is implementation project. Okay, support project means what? Let's say ABB is a company, it is already using SAP. Okay, for this company, we will give support. Means, let's say ABB is a company, it is manufacturing company, it is using SAP in Bangalore. Okay, we as a consultant, you are hired in Mumbai. You can sit in Mumbai and you can give support to these companies. Here, our end users are there. These people will raise a ticket while they are doing the all operation sourcing and procurement, right? They will raise a ticket to you if they want any customizations, if they want any developments, right? If any configuration changes they want, right? Then any suggestion, they will raise a ticket to you, you will solve. How you are solving? Because servers are divided, right? Application, database, right? Application layer, presentation layer. So you will receive the through ticketing tool and then you will give solution to those people. This is support project. Rollout means what? Let's say ABB has implemented SAP in Bangalore plant. Okay, if same thing they want to implement in their Delhi plant also, right? Then this is called rollout project. Here Delhi, other software they are using, Oracle they are using. Here Bangalore they are using SAP. Same thing they will copy, they will use it to rollout same thing to Delhi plant also. That is rollout project. It may be a plant to plant. It may be a company code to company code. Company code to company code means if company is having two different businesses, let's say Tata, right? Tata is having many businesses, Tata Motors, right? And then Reliance, and they have this Tata Motors. Another one is a Tata Steels. Two are different business, right? In one business they have implemented SAP means same thing they want to implement to different business also. That is all. Okay. Mute yourself. Yeah. Upgradation means upgradation project means it's a version. ECC 6 to 7, 7 to 8, ECC to S4 HANA, different versions you are upgrading. Okay, so I will go here and I will little bit explain here. Now we will understand here. As I told, we have 4 project: implementation, support, rollout, and upgradation. Right. So we have 2 licenses. One is project license and one is education license. Project license means SAP has given, main SAP German, they have given license to many companies, not only Wipro, IBM, many other companies they have given license. Okay, go and implement SAP, give support, do the rollout, right? Those authorized companies only can do, And same way they have education license also, right? SAP Atos, right? Different companies we have, right? As or Deloitte, these people will take same training. They will give at 3 lakhs, 5 lakhs, and all they will charge whatever I'm giving, right? Same training. They will give the certification. Certification you can buy directly, you can take and you can do the certification. Okay, hierarchy will be like this. Okay, so we have different modules, right? Material management, SD, PP, finance. So above all, one project manager will be there. Okay, he is managing all the functional model people. He will manage. Okay, here senior consultant, junior consultant, like this hierarchy will go. 5 to 8 year experience means senior consultant. Consultant means 3 to 5 year experience. Junior consultant or associate 0 to 3 year experience. Okay, this we will see. Okay, so in implementation in S4HANA, we have in implementation project again. So here we'll have greenfield implementation. Greenfield implementation means what? We have a, let's say we have a legacy system. Legacy system means old system. Okay, from legacy, it may be a Oracle or any other software, or it may be SAP also, SAP ECC. Okay, this system it is changing into S4HANA. Right? How it is changing using, we have tool HANA Migration Cockpit. Okay, using this tool, we can transfer all the data from legacy system to S4HANA system. Okay, so here if it is a greenfield implementation means we'll only transfer master data and transaction data. Will not transfer your configurations and all will not transfer. We'll do all the fresh configurations here only. So company related configurations, right? Any developments, all these things we'll do it here only. Okay. This is your greenfield implementation. Another one, conversion project. Conversion project means what? Let's say here company is already using ECC. SAP ECC they are using. Okay. So this present system, right? It is only changing to S4HANA. Right? It is changing to your S4HANA. This is your conversion project. What is the difference between greenfield and conversion? Here, all our historical data will move. All your materials, vendors, all configurations will move to S4HANA. This is conversion project. Here, through that, we'll use different tools. How we are converting, we have SUM tool, right? DMO tool. SUM means your system update manager, right? DMO, right? Like that, different tools we have. While we are transferring from SAP ECC to S4HANA, if any error comes, right, some materials you are transferring, right, some open purchase orders you are transferring, right, that we need to solve as a consultant. This is a conversion project. This is your greenfield. Here, greenfield, all freshly we'll do it here. Only in old system, only master data they want means only that will transfer through this HANA migration cockpit. This master data and transaction data, how we are transferring? We have 3 approaches. One, direct transfer, right? And we have file transfer through LTMC, right? Through LTMC T code we'll transfer all your master data and transaction data, right? And the one is through staging file approach. Using these methods, we'll transfer the data from here to here. Okay, only master data and transaction data. Here, all our master data, transaction data, config data, right? Developments, whatever you have done, enhancement, whatever you have done, all the data, historical data will move from your legacy system to S4HANA system. This is your conversion project. Okay. Any doubts so far? Okay, now I'll show you what kind of portions we will see in during our training. Okay, this is your level 1 training. Okay, here we'll start with introduction to S/4HANA, right? How the HANA roadmap will be, key pillars of S/4HANA, right? SAP Fiori introduction separate class we will take. So the SAP Fiori screen will look, how this will work, right? Difference between S/4HANA and EC system, right? Benefit of S/4HANA, right? Fiori apps, introduction to SAP Activate methodology. Activate methodology means I told we need to implement, right? How we are implementing through Activate methodology. Right, inventory management, your configuration of purchasing related things, right, invoice verification, your source of supply, how we will identify, right, how our MRP will work, your release procedure, how this release procedure and flexible release procedure will work in S/4HANA, your purchase optimization, source determination, document analysis, consumption-based planning, right, this is MRP, right, entire enterprise structure and master data, specific procurement processes like your inventory management, right, and your consignment process, subcontracting process, right, external procurement. These all things we will learn, and your data migration, new implementation, LTMC, LTMOM. These all things you will learn. Okay, RISE-W concept you will learn. This is your level 1. Level 2 will be of entirely project training. Here you will learn how exactly we will do the implementation, project preparation, business blueprint, how servers are working. Right, we have 3 servers. Okay, so basic I will explain here. We have 3 servers. One is development server, quality server, and production server. Production server, here our end users are working. Right, here it is divided by different as I told, right, in screen different server we can have access. Here these 2 work, we consultant will work, development and quality. We'll do all the configurations here, and then we'll move the data from development to quality. Here we'll do all the testings, right? And then the final data will move to production server. So our end users are working here only. We don't have access to production server, and these people don't have access to our development and quality servers. Okay, this one exactly what we'll do here in development, quality, production in detail we'll see in project training. Okay, here. And then what are the developments we can do, how tables will work, how IDOC will work, SAP queries means how you can create customized reports, right? Final preparation, your support, implement project, these all things, right? And your, how to transfer master data from EC to S/4HANA, EC to S/4HANA direct method through file transfer using, LTMC method. And these all things we will learn in project classes. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Okay, Saturday, Sunday, our main classes will be there, and weekend and weekdays we'll have a discussion session. Okay, after 10 p.m. I'm available for Monday to Friday. Okay, so you can ask your any queries regarding your main session, Saturday, Sunday sessions. Okay. Anybody wants to add anything? You want to ask anything?
Akshay, Manivaran here.
Yeah, Manu.
Now companies have started switching to HANA. See, still my company also, we are still working on ECC only. So learning HANA will be useful, no? Because are we sure definitely companies will switch to HANA in future?
Yeah, that's definitely right. It will go only within the next 2 to 3 years. SAP only they have announced, right? Within 2000 they have given in 2029, right? Within 9 years, all companies should change it to S/4HANA. Already all companies are started. There will be no any new implementation or S/4HANA only. There will be no new ACC implementation. Okay, if companies are already using, those people are working on support project. Okay, if you learn for HANA, automatically we will learn ECC also. How? Because 80% is same only. Here, Fiori apps are introduced, right? So that is different thing, and some configurations we need to change, right? Some tables are merged, right? So here for end users it will be easy. Again, we consultant need to work on GUI screen only. And in my sessions, I will compare both and I will explain. Okay, this is there in this is not there in S4HANA. Like that, we'll compare everything and explain.
Okay.
And S4HANA also from scratch will be there.
Yes, sir. Like for while applying job, we need to apply as a MM consultant or like S4 HANA consultant.
S4HANA consultant only you can apply.
Okay.
Let's say you are showing.
But it was very rare for S4 HANA. Like just I done some market research in that I found, but exactly I don't know still.
No. Many both openings are same only. S4HANA and ECC now. Presently, it will increase in S4HANA only. It's advantage for you to learn S4HANA.
Okay. Again,
if you want, my old ECC batch videos also I will send you.
Okay.
The 60 hours of ECC videos also I have. So why I switch?
Yeah, that will be helpful.
Classes for S4HANA then, because it's a trending now, right? You need to learn means you can show both experience, right? As I told you, I have worked on ECC as well as S4HANA means you will be preferred in interview.
Okay, sir.
Now our day-to-day daily classes recording can be find anywhere, Akshay, in any drive or
drive access I will give. All the
okay.
Videos I will give you through drive access. You can get
it. All the previous days or
yes.
Okay.
S4HANA the live batches videos I will send, and along with that I will send you ECC videos also, old batch videos.
Yeah, please.
That whenever you are free, you can watch that also.
Yeah, parallelly we will work on that also.
Yes.
But so this is Amit here.
Okay, carry on.
Hello?
Yes, Vinay.
Sir, this is Amit.
Yeah, Amit, tell me.
Sir, in the you told this different types of projects. Implementation, there is a conversion project and upgradation. What is the difference between the two?
Upgradation and conversion, right? Upgradation means version upgradation. I will share my screen here. See my screen. Here, upgradation project means, you'll see here, initially it was, as I told, R/3. Once R/3 introduced, in 2000 ECC came, right? Enterprise Central Planning. After that, they have started enhancement packages. New versions they have, ECC 5.06, EHP1 enhancement package 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Presently EHP0, EHP7 is running. After 7, they have started S4HANA only. S4HANA 1509, 1609, 1909, right? These are the different versions. These all are upgradations. Upgrading into new versions. Those are upgradation project. Conversion project means what? As I told here, right? The company is using ECC system, right? It is changing into S4HANA, right? Entire thing it is converting. All the historical data, everything, configuration, everything it is converting to ECC to S4HANA. That is your conversion project. Greenfield project means what? It's a fresh implementation. Be it's a Oracle, be it is a ECC, right? You are implementing everything freshly here. Only master data you will transfer. Means same material you want, multiple thousands of material will be there in Oracle. Means you want all those materials here. Means how you will transfer? You will pull everything in Excel. From Excel you will upload it to here, S4HANA. How the template here format will match, right? These all things we can do it through different LTMC. These all things we have, right? Tools using all those things. BAPI you can upload through LTMC. You can upload different uploading methods are there. Through that we'll upload through S4HANA. How to upload these all things I will run and show you during the classes.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Anyone has any other question?
One doubt, Akshay. Now we are going to put 3 to 4 years experience in our resume, and we are going to.
Okay. So whatever your project training is over, right? Then my intention is to place you guys. That is only my intention. Right? So that if you started giving interview, right? Your resume preparation, right? How your interview, preparation will be. These all things I will monitor. How your LinkedIn strategy you need to work, right?
Sure.
Okay. If you don't have any questions.
Sir, Amit here.
Yeah.
Sir, Amit.
Yeah, Amit, tell me.
So this RFQ has to be raised by end user or from procurement side or sourcing side, sir?
RFQ is sourcing side.
Okay.
So
Okay, sir. Okay.
there, all these all things end users will do. Backend configuration, we consultant will do. Creation of RFQ, these all whatever I explained, right? Purchase order, these all end users are do. But we need to do both, right? We need to know both because we only need to train those people during implementation. If you get an implementation project, we know operations as well as troubleshooting.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you.
Okay, that in detail classes will be there. Procurement flow session. Before I go into any topic, right? Initially, once your introduction is over, I will show you whole procurement flow. I will explain and show you everything in system, both ECC and S/4HANA, and then I will go into topics. Master Data one by one. I will go. First, you need to understand the flow, how that entire process will work, right? I will explain all these things, and then step by step I will move ahead.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so I will wrap up the session. If you don't have any questions, you can call me and you can ping me and ask after this session. Okay, if you have any doubts regarding joining these all things, you can clear your doubts. Okay, thank you guys.
Yeah, thank